the beer and the art. This is our voice, and we have something to say.
What does the future of beer look like? We've got some ideas, starting with Fonio. This ancient miracle grain opens up a world of possibilities, driving innovation and supporting communities. In this series, we're collaborating with our brewery friends from across the globe, and you know what? These beers are really going to shake things up.
Hey people, it's Garrett Oliver here, brewmaster of Brooklyn Brewery, and I'm here at the Omnipollo Brewery in Sundbyberg, Sweden. This unique brewery was founded by brewer Henrik Fenty and artist Carl Grandin, and these guys are all about changing the perception of beer. You can see that pretty clearly at the brewery, all behind the doors of this church. An actual house of beer, heavenly. So let's get into it. Lead me into temptation. This is pretty unbelievable. I've run clubs in churches, but I've never brewed in a church.
I would never imagine we'd be brewing in a space like this. It's incredibly inspiring.
What is the origin story of Omnipollo?
We started out as a whimsical homebrew project. Having a name that wasn't associated to anything else was part of it. It is a whimsical chicken story. Being everywhere was the omnipotent aspect. There was plenty of good beer around when we started out. What was missing, however, was presentation. And I think that bringing it into a pop cultural context, while at the same time being ultra serious about the beer.
Well, eventually it sounds like my chicken, black chocolate stout, walked into your yard.
Growing up as a baby beer geek here in Sweden, Brooklyn Black Chocolate Stout was the first American craft beer that I had. How do you feel about your beers being used as inspiration all over the world?
For me, this is a great honor. When you said you wanted to do something with black chocolate stout, I was like, it's gotta be Fonio. Fonio just makes beautiful flavors. And that bursting up through the chocolate, I think this beer is gonna be awesome.
Being able to do something that has African heritage is absolutely amazing, and to do it with you even more.
I think if you guys like the band The Smiths, Morrissey would write the words and Johnny Marr would write the music, then fusing them, which is what you and Carl do.
Carl is well aware of what's going into the beer, and it's going to be interesting to see where that comes out in the artwork.
Looking at Omnipollo is almost like looking at some kind of strange, distorted mirror. The same kind of kinetic, creative energy that we have. And it really is all about taking that creativity and putting it together with impactful messaging. And speaking of that, let's go talk to Carl about the artwork. So Carl, I gotta say, you have an amazing creative sanctuary here.
So we're in the top floor of the church, right? And this is where I create all the art for Omnipollo. I want it to be close to where the beer is brewed, where people are drinking the beer.
Design is such a big part of what this is all about. What's your process?
I can walk down the stairs into the tap room and meet the people drinking the beer or serving the beer. And I try to capture some of that energy in something abstract rather than trying to convey what's inside the beer. It was always about the combination of the visual art and the fluid art.
I think that's really cool.
For our collaborative beer, I had the chance to work with one of my great design heroes, Milton Glaser. What I wanted to do for the lacquered chocolate stout is to use his iconic design, but flip it a bit, find another dimension. We're super proud to be part of this project. The beer and the art, this is our voice, and we have something to say. This is the future.
You know, I feel like my future has a beer in it. Let's go see Henrik and finally have a drink to our collaboration. What's next for Omnipollo?
Brewing beer for our local community is absolutely key.
Keep dreaming, more art, more beer, more storytelling.
Fonio, of course, being a miracle grain, I think that it is entirely appropriate that we should be brewing this beer here in this church. Skål.
Skål.
Blessed are the beer makers.